We're now going to move to 3 virtual presentations. They're all to do with investment and investment opportunities. And first up is the development of a new lifestyle tourism city in San Pedro, which is in the Cote d'Ivoire. The presentation will be made by Mr. Joseph Grah, Project Development Partner. And Joseph, I think you're there online already, and you're very welcome to commence your presentation. Welcome to our presentation.
Cote d'Ivoire is a West African country located along the Gulf of Guinea. It's bordered to the north by Mali and Burkina Faso, to the west by Liberia and Guinea-Conakry, to the east by Ghana, and the south by the Atlantic Ocean. It has a surface area of 322.462 kilometers square, and the population is approximately 23 million, almost 24 million. The country's political capital city is Yamoussoukro, and the economic capital is Abidjan. Abidjan is the economic zone. It's divided into regions. There are 31 regions, plus 2 autonomous districts. It's the country known to be the cocoa country in the world, coffee as well, and its economic is based on agriculture mostly. Next slide, please. So here it's important to mention about the potential of tourism. What you will see here is just a view, a little view of what is going on in Ivory Coast in terms of tourism activities. You could see the sea with many infrastructures built there. Tourists that are coming from abroad mostly enjoying this landscape, and we have the biggest basilica church in the world, which attracts mostly thousands and thousands of tourists, being local tourists or international tourists. Next slide, please. So the new lifestyle tourism city in San Pedro is a project that is being driven by a team that is a very important project for us, because we believe if this project is being implemented, it's going to change the face of Cote d'Ivoire, as well as the southwest part of the country, which is the first destination of tourists in Ivory Coast, namely San Pedro. So we aim at implementing a new lifestyle city on a 250 hectares square meter surface area in Pont-Brimé. Pont-Brimé is the exact location of the land where the project is meant to be implemented. San Pedro is the city. The cities to be built will be located in the area of the new Olympic Stadium that is being built by the government to host the next African nation Cup of Nations that is going to take place in 2023. So there are many activities that are ongoing in the area, in San Pedro precisely because of this great event, football great event that is going to attract millions of people in the area. The land is divided. The land on which the project has to be implemented is divided by a river with an impressive aquatic potential in terms of tourism activities. The land is located 10 minutes drive from the seaside of San Pedro. Next slide, please. So here you can have the panoramic view of the city of San Pedro. You will see how the landscape is presented and the ongoing activities in the city. It's a second largest economic zone of Cote d'Ivoire with 277,070 habitants. So it's also the biggest harbor, the second biggest harbor city of Cote d'Ivoire after Abidjan. It's the biggest agricultural harbor, in the region. San Pedro is the preferred destination of tourists, be it local tourists or domestic tourists or international tourists. It's the first local airline destination, which is Air Cote d'Ivoire. We have a regular flight going to San Pedro. And currently, the government is rehabilitating the road, the main road that's linking Abidjan, the capital city, to San Pedro, which makes mostly 2 hours drive by car to get there. Next slide, please. So here you can see the exotic view of San Pedro seaside. These are among many areas in terms of seaside of San Pedro that have been selected for this purpose. Next slide, please. So here you have the new Olympic Stadium of San Pedro, which is very impressive in terms of quality and also a space. It's going to be the second biggest stadium of the country. So that's the area where the project is meant to be implemented. Next slide, please. Here, can you press on the, thank you. Here you have the land. This is the land that is meant to receive the projects on which the project has to be built. You will see the river have been mentioned earlier, and it's the land right there of 250 hectares. So on this land, we have to come up with a new city, tourism city. So it will be a new heaven for the area, for many tourists, many local tourists to enjoy tourism activities. So we hope to have, so many infrastructure, so many shopping malls, so many high buildings, so many attractive activities to be implemented on the field, on this land. So for any potential investor, we believe that this is the place to invest. This is the place to come up with a new city to change the face of Cote d'Ivoire. Next slide, please. So this is, for us, the projected view of the new city, changing the face of this, this land in this way will really have inherent value, bring inherent value to the tourism activity in Cote d'Ivoire. And we believe that with the goodwill and the interest that a potential investor may have in this project, it will help us to build a second Dubai city in Cote d'Ivoire. So this is a great appeal that we are making for potential investors to come and do something in West Africa, especially in Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire is a driving economic country in West Africa. Cote d'Ivoire alone weighs 45% GDP of all the Francophone countries in West Africa. So Cote d'Ivoire is the land of promise. So any investor willing to come and invest, especially in tourism sector, will not regret. He will enjoy investment. Thank you very much. Next slide, please.
Thank you very much, Joseph, and we look forward to taking that forward with you at some point. I'm sure there's much to be gained in the area.